Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have an intense volume leg day training for you guys. This one is going to burn and give you results that you're looking for. I'm sorry I created this. I had to. It's tough, but you can make it through. You're going to start out by warming up. So go ahead and grab you a little bar and start gradually increasing the weight to where you're comfortable with. I didn't go higher than a 25, I believe. So you are going to be doing 6 sets of 12 reps. Yes, you heard that correctly. It's suicide, but your legs are going to grow from this. So after you're warmed up, you're going to make sure that you're standing with your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider depending on your preference. If you like to narrow squat, do that. If you like to wide squat, do that. I like to squat, but to floor narrow. Now you're going to engage your core, keeping your chest up and maintaining a neutral spine throughout the movement. And begin the squat by pushing your hips back, bending your knees, kind of like you're sitting on a chair. Make sure that you're lowering yourself down until your thighs are parallel to the ground. And push back up through your heels and drive your hips forward to stand back up. And make sure you're keeping the tension throughout the entire set. All right? Moving on, you have knee to toe lunges. And the reason why I say that is because your knees are going to be directly behind, in a sense, your heels. And you're going to see right there, boom, right next to the heel, boom, right next to the heel. Oh my God, heel. I want slow and controlled movements. I do not want this movement to be fast at all, because you just completely take away from the purpose of this exercise if you do it fast. Like, you need to do it slow. So make sure you're standing with your feet hip width apart. Your toes are going to be pointing forward the whole time. There's no like angle on the toes or nothing. You just step one foot right in front of the other, making sure that your knees are right behind your heels. Make sure again that knee is softly placed on the floor, because if you're like hitting your knee boom boom boom, you're going to cause damage to your knee. So you have to be very careful. Also, I want a weight that is not too light but also not too heavy. I want it to be challenging for you, and make sure that you are doing back decompressions after this workout if you have scoliosis, because it can place an emphasis on your back if you have scoliosis like me. Next up, you have RDLs for 6 sets of 12. So you're going to stand with your feet hip width apart, holding the barbell or dumbbells. I'm holding dumbbells in this case. Your feet are going to be slightly turned at a 45 degrees, so my toes are like basically pointed out like a ballerina. And lower the weight all the way down and go down to a comfortable position to where you feel the stretch in your hammies. So this could be below the knee, this could be to where I'm going to my ankles. That's where I feel the stretch. So you're going to keep a slight bend in your knees and hinge back at the hips and maintaining a straight back the entire time. Make sure you're driving through your heels and returning to starting position. Next up is hamstring curls for 6 sets of 12. So using a leg curl machine, adjust the machine to your desired settings. Make sure you're lying face down on the machine, obviously, and hold onto the handles for some support. And without moving your hips or your lower back, contract your hamstrings to bend at your knees and bring your heels towards your glutes. Keep the movement controlled, and please, for the love of God, avoid any swinging. Pause at the top of the movement by squeezing your hamstrings, then slowly extend your legs back to the starting position. So I know this one burns, and like as the set keeps going on and on, it gets harder and harder to like pause it at the top, but that's okay. Keep pushing forward. You can do this. It's super hard, but I've noticed such a beautiful increase in my legs from this workout alone. So I do want to place an important note right now. I am increasing my weight every 3rd and 6th set that I'm doing, and I'm doing this because it just makes it that much more challenging, and I believe that you should do it too. If you want to maintain the same weight throughout the workout, that's fine, but just please make sure that it's challenging for you. Like by the 3rd set, you should be like, I want to go home. Yeah. So it's not too heavy, not too light, just right in the middle. But right now I am doing single leg extensions for 6 sets of 12 on each leg, and this is just honestly to help my muscle imbalances, because my right leg is significantly stronger than my left, and I'm using this to fix it, because now my right leg can't take over while I'm doing this workout. But for you, just make sure that you're grasping the handles or holding onto the chair so you're placed down and you physically like can't cheat and get up. And make sure that you're pausing at the top, basically like for a breath, and then slowly releasing it back down. Like, you do not want this to slam down or anything, please. And a tip is, like, don't let the weights touch each other, so that way you're keeping the tension the entire time throughout this workout. With all of these workouts that I'm giving you, it is going to be extremely intense, especially if you are a beginner, but you can do this. Just keep pushing and you got it. Now, my second to last exercise that I'll be performing is leg press for 6 sets of 12. Sit down in the leg machine, put on the weight that's good for you, adjust the seat, foot plate, and I'm going to be having my foot just slightly turned out, similar to the same position as the RDL. And make sure that your knees are aligned with your toes when you bend them, so your knees are not like caved in or anything. They're literally in line with your toes. You're going to push the foot plate away from your body and extending your legs, but not locking the legs. So you should not be doing a full extension. It's kind of like a paused rep almost. You're going to pause for a moment at the top of the movement and then slowly lower the weight back down by bending your knees until they reach a full 90-degree angle. And then you're going to repeat this for 6 sets of 12. You can do this. It's hard. It's the last one, best one sort of thing. You got it. Okay? Sleep baddies, don't argue with me. The baddies do cardio. Get on that treadmill and go do a mile. I don't care if your legs feel like they're falling off. I don't care if you don't want to do it. Make time for it. Don't leave the gym without doing it, because you have to do it. You don't understand. Cardio after lifting is like the best thing that you can do, because it just gives you such a sculpted body, and I can attest for that. Like, look at my body. Look how sculpted and how toned it is, and I can only attest for cardio for doing this for me. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this workout, and I will see you again on Celestrefitt.